because I'm extra. And I am working on embracing my extraness because it's who God made me to be. Hey everybody. I played that song because that's what was playing in my head when I knew I was going to go live, because I've been social media fasting. And I'm glad to see, I don't know who's on. Oh, hey Ashley. How you doing, girl? I've been social media fasting and I'm back on the book, and I just played that song right now. Welcome back, because I'm extra. But like I just said, I'm embracing my extra. I'm really excited because my whole life I've been told I'm talkative, I talk too much. It's just me. I love my siblings so much because my siblings, they support me and love me, and I love them back a whole lot. Hey Miata, I don't know who Miata is, but girl, you about to, hey girl. But I wanted to talk today because I did one of my favorite things. If y'all know me, I went to church tonight. And this is like my second day back on Facebook after having did like a month-long Facebook fast. And I'm just really excited to jump back on. And my theme for this year is community and just doing life together with people. And I'm really glad I went, and I'm always glad I go to church, not just for what I get out of it, but people have been pouring into me and encouraged me and saying they're glad that I'm there to have given something to them, which is really crazy. And I know I'm going to kind of jump around because everything I'm talking about is real cyclical. It all goes together. The big theme is community. And then also talking about the different reasons you're in community for you, for other people, and for the body of Christ. If y'all don't know, if you're new to my Facebook, I love Jesus. Jesus loves me, and I'm always talking about him because he's amazing. And like I said, I know I'm going to jump around. I didn't really prep anything. I just was really excited because when you're in community, you can have transparency, and that comes with building relationships. And like I said, it all kind of goes together because you're not going to be transparent with someone you just met. Maybe you will. Some people are. But you got to build community. And when you build community, you're comfortable enough to share things. And in sharing things, I'm talking about this because when you share things, it shines a light on you and you realize, ooh, I need some help. I need some healing. I need to, I can't just do this by myself. I always say, when you're a believer, you can't go it alone. And I know the joke I was going to make. I fought the urge to live and drive. And that's probably why my sister was on right now. Because I'm always doing live videos while I'm driving. But I fought the urge to do that right now. But, and so your transparency is for you to heal, and transparency is also for other people. I was transparent in our small groups today, and when I was speaking with different people, and it was to help them as well. And like I said, I'm jumping around. I'm trying to stay focused, y'all. But it was so much that happened today. I talked about me being talkative, and I talked about it with someone today, and I really feel like God blessed me with all of the words that I have. Because somebody told me today, they're like, I just love when you talk. And I'm like, what? Because I'm so used to be quiet, stop talking, you're talking too much, you're asking too many questions, whatever it may be. Like, that's been, my life. And it's something I'm always self-conscious about. And I was talking today to someone how people, I introduced myself to the group, and I'm like, hey, I'm Brandy, I'm really shy. And like people who knew me were laughing and like, girl, bye, you're not shy. And I really am, actually. People don't believe it because I force myself to like make friends, and I am naturally bubbly. But when I say shy, as far as talking on the stage in front of a bunch of people, I'm fine. But if like going and talking to people, I'll get like anxious and I'll start getting in my head and self-conscious. I'm like, oh, that was awkward. Oh, I don't know. Is that person going to talk to me? And I get real nervous, but I make myself break out of that. But even that in itself, God blessing me with the courage to break out of me being always in my head has blessed other people. Like when someone says, I wish I could be as friendly as you. I wish I could be as bubbly as you. And someone says, I wish I could just talk like you talk as much as you talk. And I really just stared at her when she said that, because that's like the opposite of what people have said my entire life. So, don't let someone talk you out of who God created you to be. That's one of the things in this video. God created people differently, and he created us all with a divine purpose, and his plan for us doesn't match our plan for us. It's all different. And I shared, I won't share the story today. I might share it in another video, but I shared what brought me and my family back to Ohio, actually. It was a, kind of the catapulting event to get us back to Ohio. And, just in being transparent, it makes other people comfortable to be transparent, as well as, I shared it with somebody and she was able to open up and be transparent. And she's like, I'm so glad you shared that with me, because I wouldn't have realized that we were similar in these aspects. I wouldn't have realized I have someone to talk to, So don't be afraid to open up. You do have to be careful who you open up to, because there are people who want to use it for evil, who want to use it against you. But don't be afraid to open up, and don't be afraid to do what God has set you out to do. I was scared to make videos. Sometimes I'll start a video. I'm like, oh, no one's watching. Is anyone going to watch? Whatever. But if I did that, I wouldn't be touching the lives that I touched. One example that kind of not culminated, because it's just the beginning right now. But a gentleman, I think I shared with you guys before, I posted a video and he left a really vague comment on one of the videos. And so I kind of hit him up in the comments, and then we start messaging each other. And he was talking about, I don't really know where I stand with Christ. So we started dialoguing. And I knew immediately, just from the amazing people who have poured into me, you can't figure out anything. But, you can't figure out how to get closer to God by yourself. You can read the Bible. You need to read the Bible. That is where you need to start. But if you don't have teachers, you're not going to get far. And I'm like, okay, well, this young man, he's in a vulnerable spot, saying, I know Christ. I want to get to know him better. I don't know what's going on. And I knew as a woman, there's only so much I can pour into and, give him, as women, we can't lead men, in certain areas. So I knew I had to get him into a body of just believers in general, because he was isolated. And that's how the devil works. I've talked about that before. The devil works in isolation. He thrives in you thinking, it's just me. I'm the only one that thinks this way. I'm the only person that's still doing this sin. I'm the only person, X, Y, and Z. We talked about that in my class. Me and him talked about that. The devil will isolate you even in thinking. You can be in a crowded room, but he'll make you feel isolated, saying, it's just me. I'm the only person that's ever gone through this. I'm the only person that is still struggling with this. When I was sharing about my anxiety of talking to people, the girl looked at me. She was like, oh my God, I feel the same way. So she's like, I wouldn't believe it just to see the way you interact with people, but that's exactly how I feel. And we wouldn't have been able to have a connection if I wasn't real and transparent with her talking about that. And that only comes from building a relationship. This isn't the first time I've ever met her. We've talked, we've, eaten together. So when you are coming into a body and you're building community, it makes that safe haven to be transparent. And when you're transparent, healing can come, because we're all broken. It's something that's hurting all of us. And also when you're transparent, other people's healings and other people's, comfort levels comes from you being transparent and you being real. So I don't know what it is this year, but I just be like, yep, this happened. Yep, I'm feeling this way. Like, I'm not holding anything back. I think part of it is the way I grew up. You don't tell people your business. You suck up your feelings. You figure it out, So I'm just in that mode of, nope, it's in me. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do my own thing. And I was just in that mode of swallowing feelings, swallowing emotions, swallowing struggles, and trying to figure it out on my own. And I realized that I can't do that. I can't, if I want to thrive, if I want to do what God needs me to do in the body, I need to be transparent, because I talked about it. If you're not transparent, you can't get healing. I think it was in one of my group chats. If you're not transparent, you can't get healing. You can't get help. You can't get prayer, right? If I say, hey, I need some prayer, I ain't going to tell you what's going on, but that's not effective, right? So you're helping yourself and you're helping others when you're transparent. And again, it only comes through community. I'm saying the same things, one, because people are tuning in different times, but just to drive the point home. And I was really blessed and I was really encouraged. And I never got to answer this young lady's question. I'm going to have to call her, text her. But I was talking about, I love encouraging other people. I love loving on other people, because one, we live in a world where people aren't loving on each other. People are being mean to people. People are being nasty. People are just grumpy, and in addition to, I grew up not feeling pretty, not feeling enough, not feeling whatever, and didn't have nice words said to me. So I always make sure I say, if someone looks nice, if your outfit is cute, I'm going to tell you. People talk about me because I give drive-by compliments. I could be walking past you. Girl, you look cute. Hey, your hair is nice. Like, And you don't understand what that does for somebody. It just makes their day. Like, it really lifts people up. And I said that to say, I love pouring into other people and just encouraging people. And she's like, well, who's pouring into you? And by God's grace, someone came in before I had to, answer that question. But that's true too. You're in the body. I told somebody today, you're not in the body just for you. You're in the body for others, but it's double edged. So someone that, is in the body has something for you, and you have something for somebody else. That's why we can't do this in isolation. That's why we can't be by ourselves, because God designed us to need other people. God designed us to want and need and desire fellowship and thrive in fellowship, because there's something that that I don't know. There's a perspective you have that I don't have. And I can't get your perspective if I'm at home reading the Bible by myself. Again, you need to commune with God one-on-one. You need to talk to God and listen to God. And when I say listen to God, I mean read his word and meditate on it and listen to what he's saying to you. Right? But we also need each other. That was one of the big things. I really felt encouraged because someone, like I said, was talking about, I love when you talk. I love to hear you talk. You encourage me when you talk. It gives me kind of the boldness to say something else, because I had told myself, that's why, when I started the video with the song, I'm like, I used to say, I'm working on not being extra. I'm working on not talking so much. I'm working on not being so loud. I'm over that, because that's who God made me to be. And God making me that way is blessing people, and it's going to bless people. And I, just working on embracing that. And I'm in our church. We have a pretty big church, but we break out for what we call like life groups or small groups. And I'm so blessed and excited. I kind of am in a lot. But some of the different books we're reading, one is Search for Significance. It's an amazing book. They're all Christian, Christ-based books. Search for Significance. There's another book called Uninvited. And there's a gentleman I see he's watching right now. I just love seeing him because he just has this joy, and he always is pouring into other people as well. One thing I should address, I do have people pouring into me, and I'm finding people to pour into me, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't keep pouring out to other people if you don't have somebody pouring into you. So you always have to be in a state of being a mentor, but also being a mentee. So kind of like that trickle down. I just had the image of like an Asian water garden. Like there's water coming down into you, and your job is to pour it out. When God gives you something, whether it is a gift, whether it is a talent, whether it is extra money, no matter what God gives you, I won't say it's usually not for you, but always talk to God. If you notice God has gifted you something, say, hey, God, is this for me, or is this for somebody else? Hey, I got a bonus at work. It might not be for you. It might not be your money. It's not your money anyway, because it's God's. But it could be for your next door neighbor whose life's about to get cut off. When God has gifted you with encouragement, with prayer, with whatever, okay, that's great. It's amazing. God's gifted you with it, but it's not just for you. It's not for you to pray for yourself, for you to encourage yourself. It's for the body. And that's what we're all about. And that's what I'm really, just focused on, is just community. And I might come on tomorrow when I have like my thoughts together, but I just really wanted to, come on and just really speak to, I was really excited about the young man coming out. We've been chatting, on and off ever since he messaged on my video, kind of just wanting some help. And when I asked him, like, hey, there's different things going on. We're having a young adult meetup on Friday, like we do every other Friday, or the first and third Friday, I should say. And I'm like, and my mentor's doing a Bible study. Want to come to either one of those? I gave him an option. I gave him a choice. And he chose to come out to Elevate, a new community. And I was so excited because people were just so willing to welcome him in. And he felt comfortable and he felt welcome. It wasn't like I'm going to church service and I feel, judged, or I feel whatever. He felt welcome. Like as soon as I said, hey, I got a young man coming, I don't know what group he should be in, I don't know where he's going, and people just jumped in like, hey, I'll go and meet with him, hey, I'll make sure he gets to where he needs to be. Like really for real, shout out to my church though, like new community, and especially the young adults in new community, the Elevate community. Y'all lit. We lit. I love it. But I know I'm growing, and I'm going to continue to grow. And that's the only reason I'm able to pour out to other people, because of attaching myself to this community, because there's so many people who just want to help you thrive and want to help you get better. When we're in a world where we're always talking about competing and tearing each other down, I love my almost my cocoon, my environment where we're loving on each other. I'm going to let y'all go. I might hop back on later tonight or tomorrow. And I finally am going to do my salvation video. I have been putting it off for a while. I'm gonna finally do it. But good night. You guys can always ask me questions, ask me for prayer. or whatever. Love y'all.